Hey friends, so here is my bead haul from last month, and I never got to do a design on the fly video, so I am excited to do that for you guys today. Yeah, so let's see what we come up with. Okay, so I am really loving this strand. There's something about this mauvey gray. And this bead just, I don't often make necklaces, but I wanted to do some kind of necklace with this. So we're gonna pull that out of, and then I'm pulling out, this is Upcycled Sari silk, and I'm just gonna make sure they put it all together in a big long, so I'm just cutting off the connecting scraps here. Okay. So I think I really like the pattern that is already here. And I have some quick links here that are in gold that are available on Jesse James. So you'll need quick links, you need a bead strand, and some kind of, I have Sari silk, but you could do leather as an option. Yarn, or another idea would be to use chain reaction, I'm sorry. Said that backwards. Put our quick links out here. And I'm going to cut our strand. I really like it, so I'm going to keep it in the order that it's in. And I need to get some beading thread. Okay, so we got our bead stringing wire, and we've got our crimp tubes, we've got our quick links, jump rings, lobster clasp, some other options. You can do a wire protector, or crimp tube cover. All kinds of little things here. So don't need a whole lot, but here's our wire. And so you're gonna need some pliers, some nippers. Okay. And then we're gonna put on one end, this is my least favorite thing to do, is crimp beads, but probably why I don't use them very often. So we'll get our crimp bead. I'm gonna move our Sari silk out of the way for a little bit here so you guys can see. And slip our crimp tube. It's really important that you try and get high quality crimp tubes, crimp beads. Yeah, because you want them fairly thick. Stuff you can get at some craft stores is just very poor quality. So if I was to use one of these guys, I need to make sure that my stringing wire goes through it first. There we go. Then I put my think I got it on. Yep. Something to hold its place. And you will need some form of crimping pliers. There are all kinds of different ones out there. I think they have a basic bead-along one on Jessie James's website. But there are different kinds. Like this one has all the different notches for the different sizes. I like these. You have to get certain crimp tubes with these. So you want to make sure that you leave a little at the top and that your wire doesn't cross over itself, that it's laying flat inside the tube. Less chance of slippage. And then you take your crimping pliers and you crimp your bead. Go around, make sure, depending on how your pliers work, make sure you crimp it well so your wire doesn't come out. You want to make sure that it's all filled in. There's no gaps. And you can slide the cover over. And the hook here kind of works as a way to hook on there. And you close it up. And there you go, you've prepped one side. I need some pliers. And you take the little hook and you bring it down. And there we have. And make sure you pull on it, make sure it's tight, your crimp is good. All right, so we've got one side done, so that'll allow it to hold it in place for us. And now we can bead. So I really liked the order that Jessie James had these beads in, so I'm just gonna keep it. And I will come through and trim this after I put it through a couple beads. Oh, there it goes. Bead cap on it, it'll hold on. I'm going to go in there and trim that a little with my flush cutters in hopes that that won't poke anybody. There's some really beautiful beads in this mix. This is probably got to by far be my most favorite, this chippy boho. Making sure things are going in similar directions so I'm making it symmetrical on both sides. It's like an elegant color combo. This is the Walk on the Beach. So the bead strand in Walk on the Beach. So hence the sandy colors. All right. So once again, if you're going to use a bead cap, a crimp tube cap, trying to find the hole. There it is. Slide that on first. Then your crimp tube. Now this side comes a little trickier because you have to do it really close to the beads and such. So sliding on my jump ring. Making sure everything's pushed down on the bead strand. So it remains tight. And take my crimping pliers. A little hard in there with the crimp cover, but we'll make do. And if I could just have like 8 more hands, we'd be in business, right? Make sure you go all the way around, trying to make it even on all sides. And not get it caught in your cover. Making sure there's no gaps. And before you make it super tight, you should still be able to pull on it a little, like I just did. Making sure there's no gaps. And I will go back and trim that here in a moment. Feed it back down into the beads as best I can. There it goes. There we go. Now that's a little bigger of a loop than I prefer, but it's what we have. As I said, I'm not a big fan of crimp tubes, but I guess it's one of the necessary evils in jewelry making, right? All right. So I'll go here, trim that. We have our two ends. Now, add in our quick links on both sides. So we're gonna open up jump ring, connect our quick link. I'm missing some of my pliers. My daughter borrowed them, but I can use. You always want to open your jump rings this way so you don't damage them. Open it up, slide on our quick link, close it back up. Now I did get a lobster clasp if we need it. We'll see. Alrighty. Sadly, this is a little long here, but it's okay. All right, now we'll bring back our Sari silk. And actually, I'm just gonna take one end and tie it to my quick link. And then oops, sorry, I bumped you guys there. And then same thing on the other side. I'm going to take my Sari, put it through my quick link, and tie a knot. And there you have it, folks. It's my design on the fly. I'm going to trim this here. Made with the bead strand and walk on the beach, some quick links, some crimp tubes, some beading wire, and some jump rings. And I believe I made this big enough to just go over my neck. Yep. I'll straighten you guys out so you can see it. And there we go. There you have it. Our quick design on the fly. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.